Now, the main thing I want to test with these markers is to find out, are they actually pastel?
I think those are great. What's wrong with you?
Hi art friends!
Hello art friends.
It's us and we are back with Arrtx markers. Whoa, I almost knocked myself out with those. These are always in the most aesthetic packaging I've ever seen.
This is beautiful.
Now we're very excited about these because we have done Arrtx markers on the channel before.
We have.
Hideous colours. And it would be nice to do it in the best colours.
Yeah, we're giving them a second chance basically.
Yeah, this is like the antidote to our previous video. We've got a gift note over here. This is from Lilo Might 34.
Well, thank you.
Hi Adam and Steph, I've been watching your videos for years. You've helped me through some dark times. I hope you enjoy your gift. Lots of love from Lilo Might.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. Well, thank you.
Thank
you. You know, that's very sweet of you, yeah.
And I hope times are less dark right now.
Yeah, I hope things are better for you because you deserve that. Oh, it smells really good. Oh my god.
Now, the main thing I want to test with these markers is to find out, are they actually pastel? Because there's been a lot of stink about other pastel markers.
Like Ohuhu's.
Yeah, some people have complained that they look more like a neon colour palette. And we've got our Ohuhus over here so we can do a comparison of the
I don't know what they're talking about. I think those are great. What's wrong with you?
Adam's not a fan of like pastel colours, but I actually quite like the brightness of these as well.
They're pretty good, yeah.
But we're going to compare the two and we'll see.
Oh,
I need to move this out of the way.
Ooh.
I can't see from the angle I'm at. Does it look good?
Yes, now they do look good, but first impressions from the cap, I would say that they don't look super pastel. But
Yeah,
we
that's
both know that caps can sometimes be very different than what the marker is.
Let's compare them next to the Ohuhu caps.
Let's get a good look at. There we go. So we got Arrtx on the left, Ohuhu on the right.
Yeah, there's definitely like this one, for example, and this one. Those are very, very dark looking colours.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And there's quite a reddishy hue in here, whereas it's all very sort of pinkishy hues. So it's going to be interesting for us to have a battle of the pastel markers.
I have to admit, the caps, Ohuhu definitely look the most pastel so far.
I'd say so far Ohuhu are winning in terms of the pastel battle, but we will keep you updated on how gory this battle gets.
Oh my god.
Hey, you.
Now, I have a theory that 2022 is like a popular year for pastel art supplies. So I wanted to test my theory by going to our audience over on our community tab, which a lot of people don't even know we have a community tab, but we do.
We do.
And I asked everyone, what do you think is the most popular art supply of 2022, just to see if you guys were on the same page as me. Not a single person was. Everyone had a completely different answer, so there we go. This is just Steph's theory. Things that people have sent us. Over there we have got some pastel schmink watercolours from our friend Bergie.
Very nice.
We've got some vintage pastel watercolours from our friend Serena.
Indeed.
The pastel coloured pencils that we showed in a previous video. We've also been sent some pastel Posca pens.
Yes.
To me, that just seems like an awful lot of pastel art supplies, but maybe that's just me. I need to find out what I'm going to draw. I need my inspiration. Oh my god, I've wanted to open this for so long.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for the wonderful cutito.
We've got so many exciting things that I want to open and play with, but I feel like it's unfair for me to do it in like
One
my
at
own
a
time. One at a time.
One. Jeez.
I've never had a donut eater. I'm such a fan of donuts.
Is it scented? Oh wow.
It smells kind of like strawberry milkshake. It's got little donut patterns on it.
It's just a baby. Oh god, I can really smell it from here now. Oh my god.
So yummy. And this blanket is a donut.
There he is. Look at him. Speckleito.
Speckleito.
Someone's been very excited to share what they've done.
I've done such a good drawing. It's got so much lore behind it. I want you to show them yours first and then we'll...
Alright, getting mine out of the way with first. Okay. Well, I went with kind of a double page thing again. I went with kind of like a cheerleader sort of thing.
Yeah, that would be a fun one to do like half and half with.
That's what I was thinking. I did 2 pom-poms that I could do in 2 similar colours and stuff like that. That was kind of what I was going for. But I want to see the main event. What is this?
Okay, so I was thinking it's going to be difficult if I draw just like this one cat, because with the half and half down it,
yes,
it would mean it wouldn't be a fair comparison. Say if like a Ohuhus were drawing like a white cat and then the other one were drawing a pink cat.
Right, okay.
So I thought I'll have to give them a twin. These are going to be twin cats. One's a girl and one's a boy.
Okay.
So this one's the girl on this side and this is the boy, and they're sat in a donut together. And I've named them because you know how we want each side to be a different marker.
Yeah.
So this one's Cat Hoo-Hoo.
Yeah, right.
And this one's Arrtx.
Arrtx.
Yes, that's so good. Oh my god.
It looks like you've wrote Cthulhu in
That's not Cthulhu. It's Cat Hoo-Hoo.
My octopus friend.
Oh my god, it's swatch time.
I would say there is one drawback to these markers.
Oh.
The only colour identifier on it is the number, which for Adam is a worst nightmare. So this swatch sheet is essential for Adam.
For me.
Yeah.
They are very pastel-y.
Let me see if I've got my Ohuhu swatches in here. Oh, here's some Ohuhu swatches.
What's
and here's the others.
Yeah, I would say just at a first glance, and again, I'm probably not the best person to give a comparison, but to me, guys, the Ohuhu ones seem more vibrant and not necessarily neon, but more vibrant.
Ohuhu might be winning in terms of, like, look at that, each one has the...
I do love that, yes.
The colour name written on top.
Very good.
And if you are someone who is, like, visually, like, impaired in any sort of way when it comes to colours, that's a very, very useful detail. Now, one of the main things to sort of bear with these is that they are both swatched on different types of paper, which could affect the quality of the swatches. So that's why we're going to do our colouring test, because then that way we're going to be able to compare them directly to one another on the same paper.
Is it a good idea that I should go first? I mean, I can go first. Okay. Well, I like the look of the 183. I want to do blue pom-poms, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go in with
which
this.
Half is which half is which half? Because it's good that you mark like which one is which, so you don't get confused.
I'll do the right side as the Arrtx ones then. So I'm just going to gradually fan out, all from the middle though, because I want to see how dark I can get these as well. I do like this colour. I like the variance you can get in it, like how dark that is compared to the edges. I am going over the pencil, which isn't the smartest idea, but we're here now. I'm going to keep that to one side because I like that one.
We've got Ohuhu markers over here if you want to do some blue on the other side.
So let's do the other eye in that blue and let's see if that does have any difference. Ooh.
Oh, those look very similar.
They really? To me, I think they look quite different. I suppose a good test would be to do the other pom-pom the same way.
I love getting Adam's opinion on colours, because in case you didn't know, he has colour blindness.
Really?
And he sees colours like a bit differently to like how I would, especially when it comes to the tones of things. I'm not as perceptive to like lights and darks as what Adam is.
That's true.
Like if I see two that are like medium tone, I'm just like, yeah, they're about the same. Whereas Adam can be like, no, one is definitely lighter than the other.
Use your eyes, woman, look.
These ones do seem to have some darker hues to them.
Definitely, because look at that. I mean, although, having said that now, I would say the way that's dried, the eyes are nearly identical. That's pretty good. Now, I would like to use, for the hair, some kind of an orange. 309, okay, we can try that one. So again, Arrtx is on the right-hand side. Oh, I don't like bullet tips. Have I ever told you that? I don't like bullet tips.
Yeah, it is worth noting as well that the Ohuhu ones are brush markers and the Arrtx ones are like chisel tip
Chisel
ones.
and bullet tips.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's all down to preference, but I've always preferred brush tip ones. I don't know. I just think it's easier to control personally.
I feel like for a long time there weren't any cheap brush markers around, so I just made do with like chisel and bullet tip ones.
Yes.
But now
yeah.
because people like Ohuhu are doing brush markers, I feel a bit more spoiled when it comes to like brush markers, and I am finding myself leaning more towards brush markers. That one's definitely very pastel.
It is. I was just about to say, it's very pastel-y and it doesn't smudge the pencil, and that's something that I wanted to test with these, to see whether you can just sketch in pencil and not ink it. And it's holding up really well. I've gone over the pencil lines numerous times.
What
and they're
pencil
holding
did
up.
you sketch in? Sometimes that can be a factor.
I use this one, which is a Karen Dash, just a standard HB one. What are you doing with my picture? She's nicked my picture, hasn't it?
He asked for my help. And then he picks up the camera.
I didn't ask you to steal the thing I'm working on.
Okay, so this is the picture our friend Adam has been working on. This is a stack of guinea pigs.
I do remember it quite well.
That's good, because it was literally just seconds ago. So, he wanted me to try and find the closest Ohuhu match for
The orange.
the orange hair. And at like a glance, I realised that there isn't really many orange tones in the Ohuhu set.
There ain't.
The colour that we used on this was actually called Tea Rose, and we're in luck because there is actually a colour called Tea Rose. So isn't that like probably the fairest comparison to put
We should
Tea Rose
probably use
against
the same.
Tea
I would
Rose?
say so.
Okay, well there's your marker, sir.
I shall carry on using the one that I was going to. Thank you.
Okay, just a reminder, this is our reference model. Yeah, it reminds me of, you know, like in the olden days when they used to get like just one actor to play twins, like Lindsay Lohan. One of the biggest issues with the Ohuhu markers
Yes.
would have been the pastel pinks, because basically every pink in this set was very bright or like neon. I hope that's picking it up on camera. I might try go for the one that's called light pink. I do have to leave a couple of spaces for where his sprinkles will be. I say as the marker spreads out and covers up those areas. Oh, while you were colouring in, I thought I might as well line this. Because it'll be like a nice test of, we have one that's colouring on top of pencil, and another one that's colouring on top of an inking pen.
One thing I have to say, the Arrtx bullet nibs are awful.
You don't like the bullet nibs so far?
And they feel really dry. Maybe it's just the ones that we've got, I don't know. But I always find that brush tips are always like flowing with like lots of ink and, well, it's not ink, is it, but pigment and stuff. Whereas the Arrtx ones I found, well, the ones that I used were very dry. That's pretty bad. Is it wrong of me to want my markers to work on paper?
Is it wrong of me to want my markers
Is
to
that
work?
too much of an ask?
Oh, this one's very pastel. Like, look at the difference between those two.
Yeah, I would say Cat Hoo Hoo is definitely bordering more on the neon highlighter side out of these two.
Yeah, again, so much more pastel than
The cap and the colour is...
Yeah, that's like
completely
night and
different.
day compared to the cap colour. That's a good
interesting,
point.
yeah. But again, that you want it to be pastel, and that's what it is. At the end of the day, like, cap be damned.
Meanwhile, it's interesting because so far what we're noticing is that the caps on these are like very dark, but the actual marker ink is very pastel.
Yes.
Whereas it's the opposite with the Ohuhus, that these ones tend to be super pastel, like on the top, but then the actual colour inside the marker is pretty neon in comparison.
Yeah, it's a lot deeper, I guess.
Another example, luckily I've got it right next to me on the same page. Here's like some doodles I was doing. The pinks that I've coloured in with these bits, that's actually a pastel pink highlighter that I've coloured those in with.
Oh, really?
And that looks just about
It's
the
like
same
identical.
colour as the Cat Hoo Hoo pink.
Ooh.
I will resume back to colouring in a second, but I wanted to give you a little close-up of our plushies, because you might notice there's a few little additions that I've been making, and you heard that right. I've been making them myself. Oh, we've even got a little Miami card here. We've got a Leaferson, we've got the Doodle Date Heart, which we have now named Doodly Derek. That was it, Doodly Derek. So Patches, Doodly Derek, Creston, Leaferson, and some Miami cards, and I'm working on some other things, but mostly stabbing myself a lot.
You have to get me while I'm struggling with this bullet tip thing. like seriously, guys, listen just for a second. Just listen. Just sounds a bit dry. That's all. I mean, I've got nothing against them. I really like the colours and everything. I think the colours are really, really nice. But they just seem to be struggling on the. And it is. I've checked. This is mixed media paper. It just seems to be struggling a little bit with the paper, and the paper's not particularly thirsty or anything.
Thirsty?
You know what I mean? It's not like sucking up all the colour or anything like that.
Well, I do think that Arrtx and Ohuhu are like on a similar price level.
Oh, but they're on a completely different level.
Is that your opinion?
I think it is safe to say, after using these for a little while, that Ohuhu pastel markers are better than the pastel markers.
Well, I haven't formed
Arrtx.
my opinion yet, so I need a moment to come up with mine.
Oh, you know me, I love throwing out controversial opinions.
Yeah, we know. We've been heard.
We better be, oh my god. Honey, the loudest voice is the one that's heard first.
I think it's the correct one.
That too. See, oh my god, look. Just look at it. Ohuhu's just like, you know what? I've got lots of pigment. Just take it. Just take it.
Just take it.
Just take it from me. I've got it to spare. Look. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I should stop giving them compliments. Ohuhu aren't paying me for this. But oh, look at the
have
colours.
to pay for a compliment.
Of course, in this economy, yes. They need to pay me for everything.
Oh my gosh, the price of everything recently, especially our electricity bills.
The cost of living is high, and so are my compliments. So they ain't getting no more until I see some money.
I want to give like my final opinion on these markers.
Ooh.
And I do agree that the Ohuhus, there's something about them that they just feel like a high quality marker.
Is it because they're better?
I find the ones on the Arrtx ones are very scratchy.
They're very dry,
Like,
yes.
I'm wondering if you can pick this up on here.
Let's get closer.
Like when I was colouring with
The streaks, yeah.
not necessarily the streaks, but it was literally scratching the paper. You know, like when you get scratchy coloured pencil. And
Oh, right, so the nib was like too hard and it was damaging the paper.
It's sort of
God,
like
that's
a-
rare for you because you're so light-handed.
But I would say that the advantage of Arrtx is that one, they come in like this beautiful like box with like this little whole
The
leather
packaging
strap.
is always great, yeah.
It's great, loving the branding, the actual markers themselves. Look how beautiful everything about these are.
They are very
You
cute.
can't complain about the way that they look. And the actual colours, they are much more true to pastels.
You can't
than
argue
what
with that.
the Ohuhus are.
They are, yeah, they're
But as
gorgeous.
someone who does enjoy really vibrant colours, I would say maybe I am leaning a little bit more to the Ohuhus, even though I know this baggie, it's not as pretty to look at as this, but they're really good markers.
Are they all style and no substance? Oh, that's good. Check out this other Ohuhu video on screen now, and do not forget to like and subscribe so we can see you once again for another doodle date.